Hi, I'm Tony Gittens. I'm the director of the Washington, DC Film Festival. This is our 34th year, but this year we're going virtual, which means all of our films, all of our programs will be presented online. And the advantage is that the audience is able to watch everything they like from us from the comfort of their own home. Today we're going to be talking about our closing film, a film called Perfumes from France. And we have with us the director, Perfume, Grégory Magne. Did I get it right, Grégory?
It's
Close, huh?
perfect, Tony.
Uh,
Grégory Magne. Hello, Tony.
Thank you. Well, Grégory was born and raised in Bordeaux, France. And then in 2007, and I want to hear more about this story, in 2007, he decided he was going to take a boat from France to Salvador de Bahia in Brazil. And he had no communications on the boat, but what he did have was his filmmaking equipment. And he made a film called 24 Hours a Day at Sea. That's the English translation. I'm sure Gregory will correct me. And from there on, he has been making films. He's directed a number of films and produced them. He's also a screenplay writer. And so he's a renaissance man when it comes to filmmaking. And the film that we're showing in our festival, Perfumes, is his second feature film. So Gregory, I want to thank you so much for taking time to join us.
Oh, thank you to you, Tony. I'm very glad to be in this festival and in the closure session.
the Before we start talking about the film, I want to hear about this boat trip that you took.
Yes, it's not just a trip. It was a race. Yes, a single-hand race between France and Brazil on a very small boat, 6.5 meters, so 20 feet.
My goodness, yes. That's small.
20 feet, so a very small boat without any way to communicate with the other boats and with the earth. You know, you are alone in the middle of the ocean, and there's only one way: Brazil.
You're a brave man. You're a brave man. Wow.
It was of course it was there's a physical dimension, but it's also a human adventure, you know, with the other racer, the other skippers.
How long did it take you?
30 days.
Mon Dieu. How did you eat? 40 nights, 40 days and 40 nights, right?
Yes, 30 days and 30 nights.
Well, have you done anything like that since?
Sorry?
Have you done anything else like that?
Not as difficult. No, not as difficult. Across the Atlantic other time, but not on this kind of boat.
For me, I need a big boat. I need a cruise.
You're right.
I need to go on a cruise. For me,
it's a special idea.
I guess.
But it was a good subject for my first documentary.
Yes.
And before I was journalist, and after I became a director, thanks to this race.
So did you go to film school?
No.
Oh,
of not.
No. That's great.
No, only the French university, no film school.
So how did you learn to make films?
That's a great question. With my computer in my home, and first and after with this first documentary about this race. There's a production, so there's people with me to make this film, and everything I learn, I learn it like that. Even how to work with actor and actress, even how to work with technicians, etc.
Oh, very good. Very good. And what made you decide to do film as opposed to
But
journalism?
about this aspect, no school. I think that my only school is to be a spectator. You know.
Ah,
So when I work, my way to work is not to say I will do as this director or this other. I put as a spectator in my reflection, you know.
oh, very
And I
good.
think there's something in my movies who directly come from this.
Uh-huh. Well, that's we can talk about that when we talk about perfume, whether you
Yeah.
took that perspective. I'm a journalist, I guess. And actually it does fit in. All right, I want to, then why don't we shift now to, I love the story of the boat, but
Okay.
why don't we talk about, about the film? Okay. Well, this film, I mean, what drew you to this subject? I mean, how did this, you wrote the script for this film. So how did
Yes.
you come up with this idea, which is a very unusual idea?
Uh, it was exciting to in a cinema you can you have different sense. You have the sense of hearing, sense of view, and that's all. And I found it was exciting to go and how to provoke a sense of smell
Uh,
of the spectators, you know, of spectators. So it was this challenge who gave me who was the start of this story.
uh-huh. So
Mhm.
that's how you got the initial idea. Because
Yeah, of course.
uh,
Uh,
for to the film, for our audience out there who might not have had a chance to see it yet, the film is about a woman who is a nose, a professional nose, a perfumer. She is hired by companies to decide whether their perfumes are good. She helps create perfumes, and that's what she does. So it's about a number of things which we can talk about, but it's about this world of professional noses, of perfumers.
yes, not especially about this world of perfumes, but about this character, so this nose, and my reference, you understand
Okay,
reference?
reference.
Yes,
Yeah, do it.
was a friend of mine who is musician in the opera, you know, and she only know classical music, and she only have interest for classical music. And I say something as this knows, this perfume creator, who is in this world and only in this world as a great musician. Uh, what will be different of us because she first people she may meet or place where she goes, she first discover it by the sense of smell.
Mm.
So what are consequences of this on her character,
Ah,
her personality?
see, and so wherever this person went, when she walked into a room, you're
Mhm.
saying the first way she discovers what's in that room is through her sense of smell,
Yes.
which is
The
not everybody.
the most important for her was is first the smell. So I think someone who has a very good nose. What is different in his character because of this particularity?
Ah, uh-huh. Because that is a way most of us don't have that experience where we walk into the room and that's our first impression of the room. That's true. It would make for a different way.
Um, the, you know, because of smell, sometimes you have you go back in your life
Uh,
20 years before, and remember your great mother room or kitchen,
Yeah. Yes.
just because of a smell in a
Yeah.
street or elsewhere. And there's a really, really strong power of this sense of smell on us, on everybody.
And I would say I don't recall seeing a film with that theme. I, and it, I wanted, I was impressed by how you captured that.
Mhm.
How do you make a film
Yeah.
about smells, about someone who smells? You know, if someone sings, okay, you got that. But how do you sort of depict that on a film? Is very interesting.
Yeah, it was a challenge to make the spectator so feel the smell
Yeah.
in the cinema, in the theater. And there's many things. There's the light. We choose to go on set in autumn because of the colors of autumn. You know, the trees, there's something, the humidity, etc. There's something which is more evocative of smell. There's the light.
Mm.
When she's at her home, it's there's not much light, so you have the suspension, the how do you say, the dirt in suspension, quite the dirt in suspension.
Yes.
So the air have consistency, and we try to work like this with the chef operator to 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 give the air visible.
And you get that, and she's very good. I wanted to ask you, where did you shoot the film? You were talking about the environment there a couple of minutes ago.
Sorry. Well,
Where did you make the film?
yes, in many area in France, but especially in Alsace.
Oh,
Do you
okay,
know
that sounds
Strasbourg?
great.
Strasbourg.
Yes, you made
Yes.
it. Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
It was I thought a very nice setting for it because
Yeah.
it wasn't a
Yeah.
big city, it was a simpler, calmer place where you got to know the characters.
Mm-hmm.
So that they'd be very good for that. And you had worked with Gregory Montel
Yeah.
before in your first
Quite.
film.
Yeah.
You
Yes.
so and he is a very great comic actor.
Yeah.
With and he so I thought he was very good for that. But when did you decide that Emmanuel DeVos would be a good fit for Anne Walberg, the star, the lead character of the film?
She decided, but it was magic, you know. Grégory Montel is my friend since our first
First film.
movie together, and we don't live so far in Paris, so we really well know each other. But Emmanuel DeVos, I didn't know her, and she didn't know me, and we sent her the script of the movie on Wednesday night, and on Thursday morning, my casting director phoned me to say she wants to make the movie. So the day after, the Friday, we eat together, and it was okay.
Ah,
It's magical. In 12 hours, she said, yeah.
good. Well, it's a great story. I'm sure a great script. I
Yeah.
can see why she would.
Yes.
And she's a wonderful French actress.
She's wonderful.
Wonderful.
She's a really, really great actress with a great conscience of what she does. And take after take, she know what is the best in this take and in the second take and in the third take, and she knows how to put it together in the fourth, and it's perfect.
Oh man, it must have been made it very a little easier for you as the
Yeah.
director.
really easy and interesting. 2 days before an action, she knew her text, her dialogue, and she come and see you and say, "Why is that? Don't you prefer this word or this word, etc." It's really really easy and interesting to work with an actress as a marvelous actress.
Well, her career is so long and rich.
Yeah,
I remember Read My Lips,
of course.
Read My Lips, and her starring in that, and she was so great. But I'm not aware of her doing comic films, comic
Mm,
roles,
mm,
and
mhm.
um, I think you captured. She was perfect in that role, especially playing against Gregory Montel.
Yeah.
That together they were just a perfect fit.
Yeah, they are so different in life and in the film.
Yes, yes, yes.
They are not the same actors, not the same method. Grégory Montel is an instinctive. He is confident in his instinct.
Yeah.
How do you, he don't want to know so much his text. He want to he want to feel free to improve, to find things at the last moment.
Yes.
And it's not so easy to make this way of work and the way Emmanuel DeVos works.
Yeah.
But it's what was interesting because their characters are like this.
There are
One
two.
is really human and the other is really strict.
Yes. And the film is about these two people from
Yeah,
different worlds.
yeah. The film is about a friendship. Uh, you can at the beginning you can think it will be a love story, of course, and it's everything but not a love story. And what I want to capture is the way you become friend with someone. Not exactly friend, but someone become important in your life.
Yeah.
And it's some low time, some only in the silences, in the way you look the other, and one day, one other day, one other day, one other day, and after weeks, you are friends, and it can't like that. Not like a love story. The first glance, you are in love with someone and you want to seduce him or her. It's very different to become friend.
Hmm.
That's what I try to tell in this movie.
And you did very, very successfully.
Thank you.
I wanted to go back to one other phase, which was this whole world of professional perfumers. How did you prepare for this film? It's a very unusual
Yes.
subject.
We met with Emmanuel many professional perfumers, especially a girl which named Christine Nagel, which is the nose of Hermes.
Yeah.
You know Hermes
Yes,
perfume?
yes, 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 yes,
Hermes.
yes.
Uh, and she worked with her. She made her own perfume. During many days, she starts for a white page and she made her own perfume of Emmanuel DeVos. Voilà. That's the way she learned the way to move, the words, etc.
Well, and these people seem like it's a gift. It's not something you could really learn how to do, which in a way
Uh,
makes it out of your control.
they say as any art, there's a part of gift and the part of work, and the part of work is less more important than the gift.
And you see this, and it's really interesting because these are two people, different worlds, but both trying to stop a loss. You know, each one has it. It seemed to me that each character was about to lose something. With Guillaume, he was worried about his daughter, and with Anne Walberg, she was worried about her gift. And they came totally different people facing the same kind of problem. And I thought you were very, very skilled in bringing that point together, that even though they're different, they're the same in many ways.
You say everything.
I thought you were very skillful in doing that, you know, because there are many films. There are many films about mismatched characters. You know, that's a But I thought yours was very different because they did share this loss that they were fighting for, and I don't want to give.
There is no evidence. They are not from the same social class.
Yes.
Their problems are really different, but the fact to be together helps them.
Yes. Very good for you. Very good for you. And I think this was Emmanuel DeVos's most recent film, right?
Yes, it is.
Yes, that's very good. And has your film, has it opened in France?
Sorry?
Has it been in the theaters in
Yeah, of course. It was one of the first movie when we stopped the, how do we say, the lockdown,
yes.
Confinement. Yes. When the theater reopened, it was one of the first movie in France.
Oh, very good.
Because we thought with the distributor, Pyramid, that it was the kind of movie who can give people happiness and because everybody in the world want to use this smell without any barrier, you know. As many people lose their sense of smell because of COVID.
Yes. This your film helps us appreciate better our sense of smell.
Yeah, I hope so. No, but it's really a gift, the sense of smell, I think.
Yes.
Because of memory, because of emotions, because how many people you don't remember exactly the face, but you remember exactly the smell of these people.
That's true. I do agree.
Yeah,
I do agree. How is the film industry there in France? In the United States, the film industry, especially the theater companies, are doing very badly.
Yeah.
Very badly here. How is it in France?
It's difficult. It's about 70% less than the year before. You know, so it's not so easy. And in France, we have a special system. You know, every spectator, even for an American movie, for a blockbuster, etc., give money for the following movie. You understand?
Yes, I do.
Yes.
I do.
So when the blockbuster are not in the theaters, there's less money to make tomorrow other new movies.
I hope that changes and we can go back to a more healthy film industry. Hope that gets better.
I hope so. Yeah, but it will be different. It never will be the same.
Really?
Because of streaming, because of many things. But
yes, I think that's here too. That it's not going back to the way it was before. Nobody really knows what it's going to be like.
Yeah, there will be a different kind of movie, different kind of story. Perhaps people want more ambitious movie. Perfumes it's a small budget, you know. It's this kind of independent film where. But it's interesting because we is in 15 countries now, and
Very good.
yes, it's not. There's economically, it's. Oh, sorry because
No.
my English. Sorry for my English. But I think that this kind of film will be really more difficult to do now.
Really?
Yeah.
Because, and are you thinking about your next film?
Yeah, of course. And yeah, I write it now, and I hope to me. But it's in winter, so if we can do this next winter, we must wait 1 year more. You know. That's the
well, we will be here. So when you finish your film, please let me know.
Oh, thank you very much. Really.
You know, we wanted to close our festival with Perfume, with your film, because it's a very gentle film. And as we talked about, it's a film about people from different backgrounds getting together, becoming friends, and helping each other, bringing each other to the point where they both, at the end of the film, are more confident about themselves. And we think that's a really important message for today. And we wanted to close our festival on that note. So I want to thank you for making your film, for letting us show it in our festival, for letting us close our festival with it to make these wonderful human points. I wish you all the best in your work. When you come to Washington, let me know. We will have dinner.
Of course. Thank you very much, Tony, for all these words. I hope that people who discover this film, we will have a sweet moment. And thank you very much.
Well, thank you. You take care. Thank you very much. Au revoir. À la prochaine fois.
À la prochaine fois, Tony. Salut.
Salut.